And welcome back to F1 2020. In our last episode, we took care of the US Grand Prix, finished in first, and now we move on to Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. As always, today we will take care of free practice and qualifying. So let us move on.
Boss, this week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Well, that is Alright, so here we are getting ready for the Mexican Grand Prix. And with that, let's check our messages. A little bit of rain towards the end, but that's not going to really do us much. So let's move on to FP1. Alright.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Alright, so we get to set this car up for Mexico. And it is going to be a dry setup. So first of all, we go to aerodynamics, and we need that on a 3.6. Transmission is a 50-50. As for suspension geometry,
if you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button.
And for the suspension geometry, it is 0.2 negative 2.60. Front camber is negative 1.0. Front toe and rear toe both set to the min. Suspension is a 3.6, 6.9, and a 2.4.
So, we'd like to run the acclimatization program if you have a chance before qualifying. It'll give us a good indication of our relative pace and consistency.
As for the brakes, max both out. And then for the tires, 22.2 for the front, and then 19.9 for the rear. All right. And we're going to load.
We have a number of programs to run during these practice sessions. You can check the details in the car monitor. We'll get good data for both the race and factory teams, so they're well worth running. A bit like a rubber out on track. Try to take it easy for a couple of laps.
All right, will do, Jeff. Will do. And it looks a little cloudy too. So here we are in Mexico, the highest point on the F1 calendar. And of course, like normal, today we're just going to be doing the qualifying stuff. And free practice. Here we are. We're going to start off with a DRS zone immediately coming into turn
1. DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
No good on turn 5. And no good on turn 11. I tend to do that sometimes on this track. But the good thing is we have 3 left.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can
50
chain
short.
good corners together.
Your objective is 5 1/4. Three DRS zones on this track. Let's see if we can... There we go.
Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
And we've gotten pretty much all purple. Except for turn 14. So we're going to try to get that this time around. There we go.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Box the slap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
So there we go. Got one down. Just like always.
You're nearly out of fuel, almost out of fuel. You need to pit within the next 2 laps.
Well, I'm coming in this lap anyhow, Jeff, so...
Come in this lap, please. Box this lap. When driving with the pit assist disabled, you'll need to be mindful of your speed when entering the pit lane. If you hit the limiter line too fast, you'll pick up a penalty. Watch the on-screen prompts that show your target speed and distance to the limiter line.
Alright, well, one test down. And we move on to the next ones. Alright, tire management.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 22.2. All set. Everyone clear? Car to track.
Oh. They put me right out in front, well, right out behind Latifi. And I hope all of you had a great holiday over the weekend, over the last couple days. And here we go with the tire management. Especially with this race, I'm trying to get a full thing done. And so far, we have won almost every race, so that's going to help us out next season.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Box a slap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
So here we go.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And we're almost done. And we go now to fuel management.
When you're ready, let's go.
So here we are on the fuel management. And with the type of car that I have, we should be pretty good with it. Now, updates with the engine happens pretty rarely. You know, it will happen not, I meant to say random. Really, Giovinazzi? You are not letting me pass? Alright. Nazi not letting me pass. Like I said, Nazi not letting me pass on that. And here we go with fuel management. And this one here can be a little bit tricky.
Program complete and a job well done.
And we got
some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
box of slab.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
So, and also what I plan to do for the next season, you know, I'll be playing this on here on YouTube as well, is that I'm going to increase the difficulty as a little bit more of a challenge next season. I started this at 40%, at level 40 for the AI. So that means next season will be up on 60. And eventually we'll work our way all the way up. Alright, and we now move on to the ERS management. Probably the most easiest one to do. Now this track's good, fast. I like it. And get some good laps done. Here today. And there's Lance Stroll. Now this is the highest elevation in F1. Yep, and if you saw back there, that is in that grandstand section. That is where we get our trophy. And then, as you know, at the end of this race, we'll have some more money to bank on, and we'll be putting more money into another one of our developments. And here we go with this.
Okay, test complete,
Done.
and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Box a slot.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Here we are, now just doing our in lap.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I know. And we beat that in 1 lap. And I took out the pylon. Alright. Qualifying
So far, our
pace.
fastest lap is a 1:22.0.
Alright, and we move on to qualifying pace.
Standing by.
So we have Danny Kvyat and Kevin Magnussen in front of me on this one. Now this, I will say, I actually like the Mexico Grand Prix. I like the track and all. It's a very fast track. I want to say I'll put that up there with Monza. All right. There you go, fast sector 1. And there we go.
Complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Alright, a 119. Box.
There's static over the radio. Say again.
Box a slap.
Okay, we can take you this lap. Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Excuse me there. And then lastly, we're on race pace. Race strategy, I should say.
All personnel be aware. Car moving.
And look at that, they send me right in front of Albot. not even on the team next year. Perez took that seat. And this one is 5 laps around. We're going to get the full treatment. And here we go with the start of the final practice program. True, but, you know, it's Mexico. Oh. So you mean to cut it down to like 2 DRS zones instead of 3? Hamilton right now is 4th fastest.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Right. Really? Take 3 on this. We gotta... at least it's not a red flag. But then again, in the games here, red flags don't exist.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
1 lap 3. Oh, don't get me wrong, the British Grand Prix is always a good race.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Yeah, but what about what happened this year? Right. But what about what happened this year at the British Grand Prix? You know, with Hamilton reenacting, almost reenacting the movie Cars. Yeah. With the with winning on 3 tires. Anyway, lap 4 of 5 as we reminisce about some classic races, as always. As I try to pass the very talented Roman Grosjean. Yep. Now I've seen it all. Hamilton winning on 3 tires. They're going to make his car next year, I heard. Only 3 tires.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
5th and final lap. Right. And through that very tricky hairpin. I know. I don't know if you consider that to be a hairpin or whatnot.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Alright, that is good. Right. Nothing is like the Lowe's hairpin. Nothing is like that.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Box.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Nothing can compare to the Lowe's hairpin. At Monaco. The most famous hairpin in all the world. So now that we have every practice program complete, we are done with FP1.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 19.2.
Alright, let us see how our teammate is doing. Down there in P20. But early season to come, because we picked him up late in the season. On that.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Iceman, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Alright, so we are moving on to FP2. We're just going to go out there and set the fastest lap. And then same with FP3. Let's move on to FP2. Yep, as per usual. We're just going to do a flying lap out. Alright, and we are fastest in the speed trap.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel at the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
And here we go. Yep, thank you, Jeff. I still want to know who this Carl person is. Alright, there we go. To the garage. No, he's the R&D guy, but he's the factory R&D guy.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Iceman, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Alright, and we move on to FP3.
great work out there today.
Up
What are your
and
thoughts?
hey, Claire.
You really put a lot of effort into practice today. Are you testing new components?
Yep, testing the durability.
Do you think this team are performing as well as they could do?
Yep.
Great. Well, that's everything.
And we move on to FP3. And here we are, the final free practice session. And now the thing is, with the rival, if we do not complete that by the end of the season, but we do have more points, they will consider that a rivalry won. And we put in the time. And let us move on to where it really counts, qualifying.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Iceman, Perez, and Valtteri Bottas. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
All right, we move on to qualifying. Gains 14. Total of 40% acclaim. And now we move on to Q1. Alright. Let me make sure I'm still on my custom setup. We're gonna do a drive.
Fired. We're set.
Alright. And here we go. Well, Ricardo puts in the fastest time out 1 minute 23 for Q. $120 for us. So we're going to return to the garage. And let's see, I think that's going to hold.
Back a little.
Well, we're not going to need to go out and set another lap, I can say that. Alright. Yeah, in a way it is good to see both Ferraris make it into Q2. And let's see who... and Schumacher. Mick Schumacher makes it into Q2 for this race. We, however, do have to say goodbye to Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Russell, and Latifi. Russell still holding up to his nickname of Mr. Saturday, out-qualifying Nicholas Latifi. We move on to Q2. Love to see Russell make it into Q2 for Williams. Taking a little drink there before sessions.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
Top 16 cars remaining on the track. And here we are, Q3. I mean Q2. And we're going to start that clock. Now. 4 seconds ago. So here we are, Q2, right now P4 with our time. Alright,
Fantastic.
119.
That was the fastest lap.
Box.
Say that again, we're having trouble receiving.
Box a slot.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Alright, and Schumacher going out for his. Paulie. But at last, if I can get past. Leclerc wants to play rough. I'll play rough back. So let us advance time. Of course, we know that's going to hold. Let's see where our teammate is. Down there in P16. And let's see if he moved up. Nope, still down there in P16. So we do say goodbye to Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Albon, Danny Kvyat, and Schumacher. We move on to FP to Q3, the one where it really counts, the top 10 shootout.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Alright. So this is the one where it really... Hey, Logie, welcome, welcome. Just in time to catch Q3. How have you been? Oh no. I hope everything's okay. I saw that. I saw that. And everything. Wow. Someone abusing the YouTube copyright system. Ouch. I don't know who they are. The 119 boxer slot.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yeah. Good. I hope that everything does work out. Well, none of mine have come down yet. Or they've, you know. I always like taking out that one pylon, so. Alright, so we're gonna fast forward time, and first place should help.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Iceman, Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Alright, and as of right now, the standings are, I'm in first, Leclerc, and Vettel takes second and third, Bottas in fourth, Verstappen down there in P5, Hamilton in P6, Perez down there in P7, Norris in P8, Ricciardo in P9, and Gasly down there in P10. So on that one to Pierre Gasly, 2-1. So 9-4. Again, 40% more acclaim.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Alright, and that is where we are going to end today. So, when we come back next time, we'll be ready for the Grand Prix. Until then, I'm Scoonie007. I thank you very much for coming out to see, for the stream today. And next time we'll be ready for the Mexico Grand Prix, the Mexican Grand Prix. And remember, if you like the video here, click that thumbs up button. Don't forget also, if you like this or any of my other content, to hit that big red subscribe button and click that bell notification. And until next time, we'll be taking on the Mexican Grand Prix. Until then, I'm Scoonie007. I'll see you right back here next time for more F1 2020. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.